Today, of course, we are marking on breakfast the special anniversary, the 75th anniversary of the D-Day landings. Naga is in Vers-sur-Mer, where a ceremony has been taking place this morning. Naga, good morning to you. We've been hearing some pretty incredible stories, some really moving stories of what those veterans went through 75 years ago today.
Ben, I can't tell you how emotional it is being here. It's just so poignant, and I've had the great pleasure of being able to talk to some people who were there 75 years ago. On the 6th of June 1944, one of those was Harry Billinge. He was just 18 years old at the time, and he was among the first of the British troops to land next to me right now. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, dear.
How are you?
Tired, weary and very sad.
Remembering those?
Remembering everything, I can't forget. I was in hospital in Dartford for 2 years, and the consultant there was trying to help me to forget. But I got such a vivid memory, they couldn't help me at all. So they said, I can't do anything for you, Harry, because you've got too vivid a memory.
Harry, you were just 18 years old.
Yes.
When you were one of the first wave of troops. You were a sapper.
That's right.
With the Royal Engineers. What a sapper being?
Well, I do. It's only attributed, that rank is only attributed to Royal Engineers. They do all the dodgy jobs.
You're 93 years old, I hope you don't mind me saying.
No.
And you have, I think it's fair to say, dedicated your life to remembering your friends and those you lost. I can't do anything else.
I did 64 years in St Austell with a poppy appeal. I'm a bit too old for that, so they stopped. Then I took out a bit, I've done a lot for the landing craft, and I'm president, or was the president of the Royal British Legion and the club, and I also was the chairman of the Southwestern group of the Normandy veterans. I'm an honorary member of the landing craft, of which I take a great active part years ago. And of course they're still going now, but there's no Royal Normandy veterans now.
Tell me, Harry, about when you landed on the beaches.
When I landed, it was hell. You cannot put words to D-Day. Whatever I told you would be a lot of rubbish, because I've never seen anything like it in my life. You had the ships firing over your head, and you had the Germans firing you from inland. And 88mm guns they used, which would blow you off the face of the earth. All the mines and that were taken away by flail tanks. That was called a Hobart's funny. They cleared certain paths to get the men off the beach as quick as possible. And there was a beach master, one bloke I knew was SAS bloke, and they were getting everybody off the beach. And a lot of poor fellas never even got out to sea.
Harry, what were you told just before you landed?
Keep your head down. What was I told?
What were you told to expect?
No, they didn't tell you nothing. Just get on. You knew what it was going to be after you. I was in the Thames Estuary 3 weeks before I came over on a boat called the Fort Carillon, and I got in with the crew. And being a silly old bloke like I am, I didn't eat any army rations. I got in with the galley with the Merchant Navy's crew. So I was a bit of a wide lad, see. That's why I'm still here. I knew to keep my head down.
I've got a quote, Harry, of you, saying that when you landed on the beaches, it was either me or them, and I made up my mind it wasn't going to be me.
That's right. My dad told me that. Keep your head down.
And your dad was also
My dad
in
was
the
a
army.
soldier in 1905. He was when he joined the Lancashire Regiment, the Royal North Lancashire Regiment. And if you go to Lancashire, you'll find a family name is there. There's a place just south of Manchester called Billinge, my name. Apparently we came over with William the Conqueror in Normandy.
And your two brothers also, Bill and Alan?
My brother Alan and I were a very closely knit family. My sister married an Air Force fella called George Buller, and he was an air gunner, W01, and he got shot down in the sea when he was on Coastal Command, and he was made a member of the Goldfish Club. He got shot down in Bomber Command, and his face was all damaged. He went down to East Grinstead, and he was a member of the Guinea Pig Club. So everybody in my family must have been crazy, all mad. But I'm still here. My brother died last October, 30th October, and he was a headmaster school in Dorchester. He was a clever fella.
Harry, how important is it that we see a memorial like this and it is remembered?
More than when they sent me the brochure, I said to my wife, I've got to go collect some money for this. And that's what I did. And all the people in Snossel were very generous to me. I made £10,000 for the memorial. And when I came over to Alamarch, where they all know me, I made a few thousand, or a few hundred euros.
How important is it, Harry?
More important than anything I've ever done in my life. Very, very, very important. Because I knew a lot of good men, all lovely young men who are not here, who paid the sacrifice. They went the whole way, walked the 7 mile and then another mile after that. I can't explain. All I know is Normandy veterans love one another beyond the love of women. If you was in a hole in the ground with a boat, you've got to know him. Marvellous men. My generation saved the world. And I'll never forget any of them.
And we're grateful to you. Harry, thank you so much.
A mate of mine died in my arms, and he was in a field in Caen. He had a 3-week-old baby, it's called Needs. And they took me to the 60th anniversary to find out where he buried. And they buried him in a little cemetery called La Deliverance. And I go up there and put a cross on his grave. I'm very sorry I get a bit choked.
You are absolutely entitled to. We are grateful to you. Thank you.
Don't thank me, and don't say I'm a hero. I'm no hero. I was lucky. I'm here. All the heroes are dead, and I'll never forget them as long as I live.
Anna Foster is in Arromanches for us this morning. There have been ceremonies there. Anna.